Aloha. The appeal of graffiti is its accessibility. Not everyone can paint a portrait or a landscape, but anyone can write their name. And this explains why graffiti has exploded worldwide in less than 20 years, an achievement no other visual art form has achieved in history. And for the record, let's not call it graffiti, because that's the name coined by the media to give it a bad reputation. We call it writing. Writing is not an act of vandalism. It's the act of changing the colors of a surface. When we change those colors, we change our lives and the energy of the space around us. When we paint public spaces, we reinvent them. And when we reinvent public spaces, we reinvent people. My youth mural writing class at Presida I's Mural Center in San Francisco painted this schoolyard in the Mission District. There was the schoolyard was drab with an old faded mural of Martin Luther King. And so we restored his face. We opened his eyes because they were closed. And we added in bold words, "With love, magic, and art, we shall overcome." Antonio was a local cholo who lived nearby. He spent his nights in that schoolyard, fighting, getting high, getting drunk. He said the mural made him and his homeboys realize that they probably shouldn't be doing that in a place of education. He said the mural shifted the energy of the space, and that's why the gangs no longer hang out there. He credits that mural as one of the main reasons why he left gang life, and today he's a union organizer fighting for workers' rights. It wasn't just the message that we wrote. It was also the colors that we used. By painting the bright colors, we transformed that space from a neglected one to one in which people invested their hearts and their time. It was as if we brought the children's faces out of the classroom and put them onto the walls. And not everyone could read the message because it's in wild style lettering, but everyone can feel the youthful energy from the dynamic colors. One of my students from this project, Josue, took me down to Honduras to paint a mural there. We ended up painting the site of one of the most gruesome massacres in recent Latin American history. On December 23rd, 2004, 3 cars surrounded a yellow bus on a busy road in San Pedro Sulas. Armed men got out, masked, and shot up the entire bus. 28 innocent men, women, and children died on their ride home from Christmas shopping. Although the only evidence of the massacre pointed to military training, the massacre was still blamed on the Maras, gang members. This gave politicians across Central America carte blanche to commit low-level genocide against gangs and youth. Thousands have since died in this war on youth. Reinventing spaces also reinvents the people painting them. These youth from a local organization helped us on the mural. We created the concept, arte es la vida, art is the life, and sin armas ni violencia, without weapons nor violence. Creating the mural changed things for the kids. They learned how easy it is to do. They saw how it affected people. People walking by would stop and clap and cheer and say, "Thank you for the artwork." The appreciation and compliments from the community, mind-blowing. It validated the youth, and it encouraged them to keep doing their art. So today, this group still paints political murals. So from the ashes of destruction, Honduras now has a force for creation. To think, these kids were looking to die on those streets, and now they're looking forward to painting them. Reinventing spaces didn't just reinvent the students, it also reinvented the community. The mural memorialized the dead and honored the families in a bright, uplifting way, not in a sad, gloomy way. The community is proud of the mural and now has a positive connection to a space that was once a nondescript place of death. Josue and I were transformed as well. This is us with the kids. We realized from the overwhelming response to the writing on the wall that for the rest of our lives, we must continue to paint and to help people through our art. If you wanted to get a message out to hundreds of thousands of people, how would you do it? Most of us can't afford a billboard or an ad, and even if we could, we'd probably be censored. I'm pretty outspoken, so I can tell you I'd be censored. But we have the power to get a message out to many people that are often critical, controversial messages. Writing is one of the few forms of media that we, the people, control. It's true freedom of speech, and that's a powerful thing. Spider-Man's uncle told him, with great power comes great responsibility. So we got to be aware of what we paint. Do we express love, like TJ loves Kirsten, or do we express dissatisfaction to someone, like screw Schwarzenegger? Do we spray paint swastikas on the wall and heighten racial tensions? Or do we bring people together in a common struggle with messages of, we are all Oscar Grant? Writing transforms. The mural in San Francisco reinvented Antonio. The mural in Honduras reinvented the students, the teachers, and the community. If you wanted to reinvent your community, what would you want to say? Mahalo.